What's up, guys? Eli here, back for another video. That apparently is my catchy intro. Best I could come up with. Anyways, got some stuff to show for it to you. Imagine that. Still have a bunch of shit that I bought in recent, weeks, and I'm still just trying to get it out of the way. So today, I'm going to show basically all just a couple cassettes, some VHS tapes, and some DVDs that I bought. Some pretty cool stuff in there, I gotta say. So, what I'm listening to here is a band called, I don't know shit about pronouncing it, but Galadriel, spelled Galadriel, I think. The album's called The Mirror of Ages. One of those albums that's not really my cup of tea, but I thought I'd give it a shot. Thought I'd check it out. It's very good, just not my thing. It's pretty much like gothic doom death. There's some melodic death metal influences in there. There's some neoclassical guitar solos, some power metal type riffs. There's a lot going on in there. Maybe even some folky. It's very what would you call it? Like Tolkien-esque type stuff, fantasy based, I should say. Yeah, not bad. I probably won't listen to it again, but you guys might dig it. Anyway, here we go. I got a couple of cassette tapes. Really fucking cool shit too, by the way. This one's killer. This is a black metal band. Don't remember where they're from. Seaskel, that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Haruen. Why do we try to pronounce these things? Almost all of us do it, and it's just fucking embarrassing. How about I just show you? There you go. You can pronounce it yourself, or you can look it up. Really fucking good, though, by the way. There's the cover. This is definitely black metal. I have listened to it once. This came out on fucking Graceless Recordings. Got a cool gold cassette there. Show you the J card. Really killer black metal, top-notch stuff. I actually can't recommend this enough. If you like black metal, you're gonna want to at least look into this because it's really fucking good. I got it from Discogs, but pretty cheap at that. You could probably easily track yourself down a copy. Yeah, actually, all three of these tapes I got from the same seller on Discogs, so that was cool. I also got this. This is a repress of the debut demo from Helheim, Norwegian black metal. Really good stuff. I've always liked Helheim, and I saw this, said why not? Todestreb Recordings or Nightbird Records, I don't know which one it is, but limited to 500 copies, just a black cassette. I have always liked Helheim. I even like some of their newer stuff. Their newer stuff is kind of hit and miss for me. Like sometimes it's brilliant, and sometimes it's just not my cup of tea. But their early stuff's really good. Early stuff is very black metal. Now they've I feel like they've kind of copied Enslaved. They've kind of gone the Enslaved route. And like I said, at times it really works. It's genius at times, and sometimes it's not so good. But great band nonetheless. Nonetheless, they've been around since the 90s. This right here, another killer black metal recording. This is Cultus, 2007 promo. Very cool cover art there. Cultus are a black metal band from the Netherlands. It's actually just one guy. I forget his name, but he runs New Era Recordings out of Netherlands. Wait, no, he doesn't run New Era. Shit, I think he used to, but he now runs Haydn's Art. Or Haydn's Heart, I should say. His name is Arjun. So yeah, Haydn's Heart label out of the Netherlands. Really cool stuff. I've actually ordered from him before. Nice guy. Really cool stuff. Cultus is just raw, simplistic black metal done really fucking well. I love Cultus. Really want to get some more of their stuff. More of his stuff, I should say. Now, we got... I've been kind of going back to my roots a little bit and buying some VHS tapes. Figure, buy them now while they're surprisingly still here. I used to have a fuckload of them when I was a kid, but they're all gone by now. I don't know where they went. My mom fucking threw them away or some shit. But like Eric Bauer, who's been showing them as well, I grew up, in the time of VHS. I bought VHS tapes until like 2000, 2001. I always tend to cling on to the old format for quite a while. I kind of cling on it, kicking and screaming until I'm like forced to buy the new shit. But for me, there was never anything wrong with VHS. you know, if DVDs, you know, were never a thing, I wouldn't have given a shit. I'd still be fine watching VHS, but whatever. We got The Ring, this cool clear case in surprisingly good condition. I don't remember if I've talked about it before, but I really love The Ring. I think it's one of the better, you know, mainstream horror movies in the last, you know, 15, 20 years or whatever. I really enjoy it. That's my opinion anyways. We got Silence of the Lambs, an all-time classic. I've been watching this movie since it came out. I was way too young to be watching shit like that when it came out, but for some odd reason my dad let me watch it. Here's another movie from my childhood. This is a big one. Steven Seagal, Hard to Kill. Steven Seagal, Hard to Kill. I'm not even going to go into it. Yeah, big one from my childhood, as was this one. Terminator, first one. Fuck yeah. I'm not a big action movie fan these days, but that's probably because action kind of sucks nowadays. But in the 80s and 90s, it was that shit was king, man. I couldn't get enough of it. I still like some of them. Watch them, you know, every now and then might just be for nostalgia's sake, but it was fun, you know. Now we got some DVDs. I was actually watching this one, and I have it on pause right now to record this video because I just wanted to get it out of the way, but It's Alive. Had never seen it before today, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a typical, you know, cheesy 70s horror movie, but I'm enjoying it for what it is. There's the back. Came out in '73. It's about a woman who has a baby that, for some odd fucking reason, is a monster and killing everybody, and escaped the hospital and is going around town killing people. I haven't gotten in, you know, far enough. I'm only like halfway, so I don't know. I don't want any spoilers anyway, but I don't know what the story is so far. It gives you none, really. I just kind of described it. Next we have, I've owned this movie several times on DVD, and I don't know why I don't right now, but I rebought it for the third or fourth time. The Ring on DVD. Once again, I really like it. I managed to buy the shittiest copy for some fucking reason. I didn't really look at it. Bought it, you know, used from a used store, and God, it's like somebody tried to chew on it right there. And remember back in the 80s and 90s where people would write their name on shit? Yeah. Way to go, Clapper. Thanks for writing on my movie. But yeah, I never did that. People did for some reason. I don't know why, but it was a thing. Yeah. I need to be more careful when I buy used things. I had never seen this one in Halloween 3 season of the Witch. I'd only really ever seen like the first two and some of the remakes. So I decided to why not go into the, you know, series and watch all 30 of them that I'd never seen. I'd actually recently watched a bunch of reviews on this one and kind of intrigued me. Michael Myers is not in this movie, so I thought that was a pretty bold move. And I heard it's for what it is, I heard it's pretty solid. So I wanted to see it. So I bought it. Next we have, once again, I mean, I shouldn't have to say this, but just due to how the fucking world is right now, I'm gonna say it. And if you have anything to say about it, you should kill yourself. It's a History Channel documentary, so there you go. But anyway, the Third Reich, you know, I find World War II very fucking fascinating, as should anybody. Yeah, it was terrible, but you know, it happened, and it's fascinating to learn about. So yeah, it's 2 discs, lots of shit to watch. Probably nothing I don't already know, but you never know. I picked it up, should be enjoyable. Yeah, this one I saw back when it came out, and it didn't do anything for me, but ever since it came out, even to this day, it just gets tons of accolades, so I figure maybe it was me. Maybe I need to watch it again. So picked it up on Blu-ray, Trick or Treat. The concept is cool. You know, it's got, like, from what I remember, it's been years, but several short stories, all going on, I believe, the same night. It's Halloween day, Halloween night, whatever you want, however you want to say it. And I believe some of them intertwine. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I do seem to remember. And like I said, People just have been singing, praises about this shit ever since it came out. And like I said, I watched it when it came out. It didn't do much for me. I'm a bigger fan of horror now than I was then, so it could just be me. So yeah, picked it up cheap and thought it'd be something I really should rewatch. Here's another one. Well, this isn't a horror movie, but this is a movie I've known about since I was a little kid, and I have never seen it. This might come as a surprise to a lot of you, but this is Spinal Tap Special Edition. Remember when they would put Special Edition on like every fucking DVD that came out? And I always wanted, they never really would give much of a reason why it was the Special Edition. But yeah, always heard it was awesome. Now I'll finally get to watch it. Why I waited so long, who fucking knows? I don't even know. Here's a fucking awesome movie and an awesome series. Rec 2. I have Rec 1 and 3, so it's really cool to have the second one. I have them all now. Oh shit. I don't know if this is supposed to be a double disc. I bought it used. It only has one disc in it. Hopefully it's the right disc. I don't know, man. If you don't know anything about Rec, the Rec series, it is these movies made in Spain, so it's all Spanish subtitles. Awesome, awesome, awesome fucking zombie movies. Some of the best zombie movies ever made, and that is a fact. If you have seen, or at least heard of, you probably have the American horror movie Quarantine that came out 10 or so years ago. That was a remake of the first Rec. From what I've heard, it's not very faithful to the original, and I think it has very little in common, at least stylistically. I didn't see Quarantine. I heard for a mainstream horror movie it was pretty decent. Just never bothered to watch it. But yeah, if you're a fan of zombies and you haven't seen the Rec movies, you're missing out on some good shit. If you're a zombie fan, they will scratch that itch and then some. So go look into that shit. Here's another movie that I've been wanting to see for quite a long time. It's an old fucking movie, 80s or maybe even 1980. I wasn't even born yet. Altered States, starring William Hurt. Yeah, y'all might know him. He's been around forever. Dude doesn't really age. It's kind of funny. He doesn't look, all that different, in the, now. Considering this movie was 1980, yeah, he doesn't really age much. He's just kind of always looked like he was 40. So yeah, I've been wanting to see this movie for a long time, although I never really knew what it was about. I think it was just the cover that always really intrigued me, and I heard that it was good, and it is good. It's kind of, I guess I would call it sci-fi for the most part. Maybe some horror elements. I think that'd be fair to say, some horror elements. I'm going to go out and say that this the filmmaker, whoever wrote this, which would be... I don't know much about, other than I've seen the movie. I don't know much about producer, writers, actors, other than William Hurt. Let's see. It was a movie, but directed by Ken Russell. I don't know. Whoever wrote this movie, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they definitely were influenced by two people, and I may be right and I may be wrong, but David Cronenberg had to have been. This movie is almost The Fly, basically, but a little bit different. Although, I gotta say, I don't remember when the first Fly movie came out, and I'm not talking about the original, the black and white one. I'm talking about the remake, which is the Cronenberg version, because this came out in 1980. So it may, but I definitely get Cronenberg vibes, but it might just be because, similar directing style. And I'm also going to go out on a limb and say that maybe a little bit of Jodorowsky in some of the visuals, just a little bit, but you know what I mean if you've seen this. Some of the visuals, very Jodorowsky-esque. Anyway, really cool movie. Check it out if you haven't. If you're a big movie buff, you've probably seen that. But if you're like me and you just kind of go in and out of shit, you might not have seen it. So go watch it. I loved it. This movie, however, I did not love. I read some reviews before I bought it, and it was kind of sitting in the, kind of pretty average level. But I've liked a lot of movies that were considered average, but this one I didn't get any enjoyment out of really at all. And anyways, Beyond the Gates. I really dug the presentation, you know, very 70s, 80s-esque. This is, you know, it's an indie horror movie, and I don't even really want to talk about it because I don't care enough to. You go watch it though. You might like it. I didn't though. Here's a here's a movie I just really wanted to buy because I watched it when it came out and I really liked it then. I got this copy really cheap, and to be honest, I paid more than I should have because this version is just beat the fuck up. It is it's a former Blockbuster rental. The cover's just abused, but whatever. I bought it because I wanted to get it, and it's not as good as I remember it being, which is kind of weird, but Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. I like how he looks. I think that's kind of cool. Maybe not totally unique, but cool. Basically, this movie is about a dude who is an aspiring serial killer. He's wants to be like Freddy and Jason and Michael Myers, and he goes out and he kills people, and he hires a documentary crew. Why you would want to go around and film a dude killing people and be okay with that? Anyways, yeah, that's kind of what it's about, and it just goes from there. Like I said, I remember it being much better than I expected, and I watched it again, and I'm like, nah, I don't know. Still worth watching if you haven't seen it, but I can't promise you'll enjoy it. The concept is kind of cool. Could have been done better, though. And one left. This movie was really cool. You might remember when I was talking about going through the, I was watching all the Jodorowsky movies and shit, and really wanting to see more movies in that vein. Well, this movie is kind of scratching that itch. It is, I don't want to say it's similar to Jodorowsky movies, but it is similar in the way that it is very kind of a visual feast and a pretty kind of hard to follow storyline. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted, and yeah, that's what I got with this one, Beyond the Black Rainbow. This is also, I can't really call this a horror movie. I would call this a sci-fi movie with some horror elements. There are definitely some elements in there. Just a very weird, fucked up movie with just very strong visuals. This movie is all about the visuals. So watch it. You can watch it just for that. I would say you can almost put it on mute and just watch it, but the soundtrack's pretty cool too. It boasts a, what do they say? I'm going to read the description to you, because it's actually kind of cool. Held captive in a specialized medical facility, a young woman with unique abilities seeks a chance to escape her obsessed captor. Set in the strange and oppressive emotional landscape of the year 1983, Beyond the Black Rainbow is a Reagan-era fever dream inspired by hazy childhood memories of midnight movies and Saturday morning cartoons. Not sure I quite catch on to that, but from the producer of Macho Tail Drop, I don't know what the fuck that is. Rainbow is the outlandish feature film debut of writer and director Panos Cosmatos, featuring a hypnotic analog synthesizer score by Jeremy Schmidt of Sonoya Caves and Black Mountain. Rainbow is a film experience for the senses. I would agree. So yeah, if that should kind of, if that doesn't interest you, then this might not be your thing. But if this is your thing, that should interest you the way it did me. And yeah, cool movie. I'm definitely going to watch it again, because of movies like this, obviously, require more than one watch, especially if you're like me and you're kind of a fucking space cadet and you kind of drift in and out of shit. Yeah, but I highly recommend it. Most of that shit. Definitely the cassettes, and then a couple of those movies definitely check out if you haven't. Check them all out, though, just to see what you think, and then we can talk about it. We can bond. Anyways, that's all I got for now. More shit to come. I am going to go finish It's Alive now, so maybe I can talk about that more later. It's a fun movie. But anyways, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk more soon. Cheers.